Let's start the topic consignment account. First, let's take one example to understand the basic terms used in the consignment. See, the word consign means consign. Consign जो word है, इसका जो actual meaning है to send goods. And consignment means to send the goods. Consignment account means the accounting of transaction relating to sending of goods. For example, there is one person, he is having some goods he want to sell. Now these goods he want to sell through another person. So he send these goods to another person, and this another person to whom these goods are sent, he will sell these goods in the market. Now the person who is sending these goods will be treated as consigner. इसे हम कहेंगे consigner. And the person to whom these goods are sent for further sale, he will be treated as consignee. The relationship between these two persons is of principal and agent. So consigner is the principal and the consignee is the agent of consigner. Now let's talk about the features of consignment account one by one. So the first thing is that consigner and consignee is quite clear to you, that the person who is sending these goods will be treated as consigner, and the person to whom these goods are sent for further sale will be treated as consignee. Now the second point is the ownership. Now you can see the ownership of the goods will remain with the consigner. Ownership will remain with the consigner. After that, there is a term which is known as pro forma invoice. Pro forma invoice. So pro forma invoice basically is the details of the goods sent to the consignee. This pro forma invoice is prepared by the consigner and sent it to the consignee along with the goods. So this is known as pro forma invoice. This is not an invoice because it is not a sale or purchase transaction between these two. He is just sending the details of the goods. That's why it's called pro forma invoice. After that, the next thing we will talk about the expenses. Now, normally when he send the goods, so there are costs involved. First of all, the cost of the goods itself, and after that there are some other expenditure which are incurred by the consigner. For example, packing charges, then freight charges, all is borne by the consigner. After that, we will see that there are certain expenditure which are incurred by the consignee, but this is very important to understand. The consignee's expenditure we will divide into two parts, and I will explain you why, because it is very important for valuation of closing stock. There are first type of expenditure incurred by the consignee when it reaches to the consignee, means before it reaches to the go down of consignee. तो एक्सपेंडिचर जो भी कंसाइनी करता है, फॉर एग्जांपल unloading of goods, sometimes if pay the freights also. So all these expenditure of type 1. And consignee also may incur expenditure in relation to go down where he keeps the goods. So for example, go down ka rent, go down rent, then insurance expenditure of the goods, insurance expenditure of the goods kept in the go down. ये जो expenditure है, these are incurred once it reaches to the go down. So we have to divide these two type of expenditure of consignee. It is very important for valuation of closing stock. Now after that, we will see the concept of closing stock. See, when the consignee sells these goods, there may be chances that some stock remains with the consignee at the end of the period. This is called as closing stock, और इसका valuation बहुत important रहता है, that we will see how to do the valuation. Now let's talk about the commission. The consignee will also charge some commission. There are three types of commission you can see in the exams. First commission is normal commission. Second is del credere commission. Del credere commission और normal commission में जो basic difference है, the normal commission में जो bad debts रहती है, जो whatever the bad debt incurred, it will be borne by the consignor. But in case of a del credere commission, the bad debts will be borne by the consignee itself. And there is another commission, that is high commission. Normally they don't ask this type of commission in the exams. Now we will talk about the account sale. Once this consignee sell his goods, these goods, he will give the details of sale along with the expenditure he has incurred, the commission, whatever the advance he has paid, and the balance he has to pay. This detailed information is known as account sale. तो ये जो account sale है, this is given by consignee to the consigner. इसमें details रहती है, एक तो the sale proceed की, कितना sale हुआ है, closing stock क्या है, इसका commission charges क्या है, expenditure incurred by the consignee, all these are contained in this account sale. Now one more term which you have to understand, whenever the consignor send these goods to consignee, he takes some advance from the agent. Advance लेता है. Either he takes advance in the form of cash or he can accept a bill from the consignee, bills receivable. दोनों में से कुछ एक normally consignor takes from the consignee. These things, that is cash or bills receivable, whatever, it will be adjusted towards the final settlement. Now two more things you have to understand in these consignment accounting, that when the consignor send these goods, there can be loss of goods. हो सकता है कुछ goods damage हो जाए while sending, तो loss of goods. Loss दो तरह के हो सकते हैं. One is normal loss and another is abnormal loss. And we will see how to treat these two losses in the accounting of consignment. Now, we have discussed so far all the aspects of the consignment account. Now we will go towards the accounting aspect, how to prepare the accounts of this consignment account. Normally, the consignor wants to know the profit of this consignment transaction. For that, he prepared two accounts. One is consignment account and another, for settlement purpose, he prepared consignee accounts. This consignment account is very, very important. It is just like a profit and loss account. So accounting aspect we will see in the next lecture of this consignment account. For the time being, you just revise these accounting terms which have been used in this lecture.